Hey everyone, so after Ulrich quit this year's Colorado Trail Race, he and his partner were just driving around the state and he mentioned that he'd be rolling through Gunnison. And so I asked if he wanted to go for a ride and maybe share some thoughts in front of a camera, and that's exactly what we did. We talk about quitting the Colorado Trail Race, the Tour Divide as a whole, the mental fatigue of these ultra endurance races, and the worldwide ultra endurance community, and of course, much more. All right. Let's get into it. Before we start the interview, I just want to take a quick moment to let you all know that this video is supported in part by OneUp USA. OneUp combines superior materials and craftsmanship with a keen understanding for what you need to get your bike and gear to your next adventure. Whether you're an enthusiast, weekend warrior, or pro cyclist, the result is simple, durable, no hassle racks and accessories that you can trust will last for the long haul. No matter what you ride, your bike deserves OneUp USA. So to learn a little bit more about their Made in the USA range of bike racks and accessories, click on the card in the top right corner, or also follow the link in the description below.
So my name is Ulrich Bartholmoes, originally from Germany, now living in Spain in Europe. I'm 38 years old and racing long distance since something like 5 years. I started ultra racing in 2019 in Spain. My first race was the Trans-Pyrenees. It's like 550 miles all across the Pyrenees from the Mediterranean Sea to the Atlantic, and loads of elevation, like 30 climbs or something. All the big climbs, you know, from the World Tour races, and it was pretty fun. And it was my first race, and I ended up winning it. And let's say that was the beginning of the end. So my goal for this year, 2024, was doing and racing all the 3 major bikepacking races in the US, which means Tour Divide, Colorado Trail Race, and Arizona Trail Race. All 3 with the Grand Departs in June, August, and October. All 3 adding up to something that we call the Triple Crown Challenge, doing all of them big races in one calendar year. I finished Tour Divide in June, and now came back to the Colorado Trail Race, and actually that didn't went that well as planned. So I scratched from the race after something like 24 hours in. The first 24 hours I covered 260 kilometers with more than 8,000 meters of elevation gain, and ended up hiking something like 30 kilometers out of it. And that was definitely a hard day on the bike and off the bike. And in the progress, I just felt that my material was perfect. I was absolutely happy with my setup, with my bike. My legs were really good, so the form and the shape was really good, but my mind wasn't there, and I simply wasn't feeling it. Pushing the bike for hours and hours and going on hard single tracks. I really enjoyed the time being out there, and really enjoyed when I got up any mountain or any crest or something. I stopped for half a minute, just looked around and was like, God damn, how beautiful is this place? Really enjoyed it, but the time in between, I was just struggling with myself. I don't know, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go that hard. I'm not feeling it. And yeah, well, if you struggle like this in the first 24 hours on a race like this, where you know it's only getting harder towards the end, because also the terrain gets more rugged, more rough, more intense, then it's a good point to really think about if you want to put yourself into another 3 days of not enjoying yourself. And well, I decided for me that it's a better idea to stop racing and just travel around, continue to travel around Colorado and enjoy the places instead of racing hard and killing myself out on the trail. I think how this mental fatigue happens is it builds up. And I did, in the last couple of years, I did a lot of races, and I did longer ones, harder ones, more crazy ones, and all of them pretty successful. But each of those successes, it takes, you pay a price for it, and it's totally worth it, and it's totally fine, no doubt. But it adds up, and you get somehow tired. And in June, when I raced Tour Divide, I had some of the hardest days on the bike ever when racing in Montana on the 17th of June through a goddamn winter storm. And I was riding all the day in the wet, in the snow, in the cold, was descending Fleecer Ridge with 20 centimeters of snow mid of June. It was just unbelievable. And at those points, you start questioning if it's really, I mean, Tour Divide is a really amazing route, but do you really have to race in a winter storm? And you start questioning yourself, and it makes you tired. And at the end of, or towards the end of Tour Divide, I got into real bad weather again, and I went through the flat sections south of Silver City towards Hachita, where it's desert-like country. And I was in the middle of a thunderstorm and lightning's hitting left and right, really close by. And you start thinking again if it's worth to do this, because it's really, really hard to keep on going. And this adds up, just mental, it fatigues you mentally. And if you then come back after 6 weeks to the Colorado Trail and you realize it's goddamn hard, and you imagine that there can be like really severe weather in the high altitude on 12,000, 14,000 feet, and you question yourself if you really want to get into it. And if you don't have the clear answer, like a motivated, yes, I want to, then you're basically, well, then you are not in the right place. And I was questioning if I really want to go into the hail and into the rain and the thunderstorms above tree line. And I was questioning that, and I think the answer for me was a little, no, I don't think I want to do this. And if this happens, then it's not really a good starting point to motivate yourself to go up there. The very first day, I was super happy with my decision, because you get a shower, you get a meal, you get a bed and a proper sleep, and you're just a happy kiddo to sit here in a chair or somewhere else and just relaxing instead of pushing the bike hard. So the first day was really good, enjoyed it. The second day was so the first day was really good. The second day was a bit more difficult in terms of, well, you see the guys out there racing, and you think about how they are doing and how it's going, and then you start thinking, would I be there as well, or would I be more back? And then you start questioning, or I started questioning my decision. But my answer was still yes. It was a good decision for me personally, and I still feel I kind of need a break from racing. I don't know if this break will be a week or a month or whatever, but I need to find this I need to find the spark again, and I'm sure it will come back. And I know that only a very few people, it's hard to relate to something like this if you are like on the, or if you want to be on the very top end of the sport. It's thin air there, and the motivations and the decisions you take are very, very personal. And for sure, I have done some races, and I have nothing to prove to nobody and not to myself what I'm capable of. But still, you always want to do better, and you always want to, or I always want to succeed in some way. And if you then kind of fail on your personal goals, then it's really hard for me personally to process. And I mean, for 99% of the people, they say still it's a super good thing. I wouldn't even consider doing such a thing, and that's an amazing thing you did. But if you fail on your personal goals, you have to somehow process it. But it's I mean, it's part of the sport, and I think every top athlete suffers kind of self-doubt from time to time, or lacks confidence or whatever, and you simply have to find your own way to get over it. And well, second day wasn't that good. Third day is already again better. I enjoy riding the bike. I don't know how tomorrow will be. It will be different. So you have good days, you have bad days, and I have to find a way just to deal with it. And for me, the most important thing is to keep the joy of riding and really enjoying my time on the bike. And I just have to find the way to get back to this. And today, being out here in the Gunnison on some amazing single trails was super fun. So that's a good point to start. Well, I did. I had the chance in the last 5 years to see so many different places. I raced in Central Europe. I raced a lot in Spain. I raced on the Balkans. I raced in Africa, in Rwanda, in Chile, in South America, here in the United States. Did the Tour Divide twice. There is not a special thing that's really outstanding for me. I'm just glad and thankful for the opportunities that this kind of racing and cycling gave to me. And for sure, there were some races like Tour Divide last year. I managed to win, which was for sure the biggest thing for me that I did so far. This year I showed consistency and got second on Tour Divide again, which was amazing as well. So that's all the great thing in the whole, and just being part of this community, and this having the chance to race all these great routes and stuff is really a pleasure. The fun thing is that the races are totally different in the different countries or continents. Like in Europe, it's much more commercialized in terms of you have organizers that put up an event, and you pay an entrance fee, and there is sponsors involved and everything. While in the US, at least the 3 big bikepacking races, they have kind of an organizer, but it's only a person in the background. So there is no sponsor, there is no big pre-event or something, there is no money involved. You don't even pay a sign-up fee, which doesn't mean that racing Tour Divide is super cheap, but at least you save the sign-up fee. So that's totally different how the races are organized. But what unites them is the people that show up there. They all show up with the same mindset, and no matter if you go to South America or if you go to the US or to Europe, I only met very, very fine people at the starting line, and really enjoyed being out there and just chatting with strangers on the race route, and connecting with new people. That's always amazing, and it's a really cool way to make friends around the world, just by this kind of races. And everybody comes from a different place, and if you visit somewhere, then you know someone there, and you can just I met Eddie Clark a couple of days ago in Boulder. He's a long years photographer on the Tour Divide, and we connected the last 2 years when we met on random spots, and he captured me riding the Divide, and you stop for a small chat, and then it feels like a friendship, and someone you can connect to if you are around, and then you go for a dinner and a beer, and you just have a good time, and enjoy chatting about the last adventures. And that's really, really unique and really special about this community. It makes things in this kind of racing at the very top end a little bit more easy and convenient, because you have access to the latest and the best material, and you get the chance to train on prototypes, and you get the chance to customize the material a bit more to your personal needs and stuff like this. Still, it's all so the bikes I use, they are all commercially available, so that's nothing specially built for me. It's only very much customized, and as you see in the background, I mean, all the components of the bike you can buy in a shop, but still how it's set up and built, that's very unique to my personal needs, and I'm really happy that my sponsors support me in the way to figure out how to set up the bike and how to find the best material and the best components and put them together. That's part of what's really, really good fun for me in this kind of racing. After quitting Colorado trail race, the plan is mainly to stay for another week or something here in Colorado, doing a lot of riding, hiking, seeing parts of Colorado. Right at the moment, I feel even if I'm not able to complete the route of the race, I have seen enough of the state to be totally happy, and to really enjoy the landscapes and the area around here. That makes me really happy. And beyond that, I don't know yet. I just feel I need a little break to process, and need to think about a couple of things. But I don't know. I'm for sure I will not race tomorrow, but maybe the day after. I don't know. Maybe AZT, maybe not. Maybe even bike packing it. Maybe even doing something else around it. Let's see. The famous porta potty. I brought it.
All right, so that was fantastic stuff, and I want to give a special thanks to Ulrich for spending a few hours with me on Wednesday. And if you want to follow him, you can do so by finding the link in the description below for his Instagram account. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and if you like what you saw in this video and want to see more like it, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And if you want to help support this YouTube channel, everything we do at BIKEPACKING.com, you can do so by signing up for the Bikepacking Collective. The Collective has a lot of awesome perks, including industry discounts, monthly giveaways, and the twice-yearly Bikepacking Journal. So, to learn a little bit more about the Bikepacking Collective, click on the card in the top right corner here, or else follow the link in the description below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, pedal further.